Hey, what's up, everybody? This is the 5th try to do this. I might have to come out with a blooper reel on this video at a later time, but you know what time it is, guys. Football is in the air. Cowboys about to play the 49ers. They're in the Bay Area. This is serious? Cap mode time, baby. You know how we do it here. It's always serious here when we're talking about the Dallas Cowboys. We love these guys. Great offseason. Training camp's going good. Now it's time to see the guys in action against another team. All right, enough of the friendly fire. Now it's time to hit some real targets, live action, live bullets, as I say. All right, so what to expect in this game? God, I love this cap, dude. I love New Era. Have you seen the new caps? I'm gonna add another one here to my collection. But anyway, what we're probably not gonna see is a lot of the first teamers. You probably won't even see Zeke, actually, Zeke Elliott. So might see a series and a half, probably one series at the most. First team offense, man, they're talking about Dak and receivers and that sort of thing. Defense, probably the same deal. Starters probably won't see much from the starting guys, especially defensive tackle, and being that we're so thin there, we're gonna get a good look at a lot of the young guys. Now, some players here that I'm really excited to look forward to that I think will actually have good playing time. All right, first one right off the bat, first round draft pick, Leighton, Vander, Esch. We're gonna see what he's about. All right, now during our draft coverage, something that Foots and I we talked about when we're looking at linebackers was the ability to shed. All right, Rashaan Evans was one of the better linebackers that was able to shed and make that attack move and get some tackles for a loss and get through the trash and make the tackle. Leighton Vander, not so much. So what I want to see from Leighton is, has he improved that ability to shed some of these bigger linemen and blockers that are in front of him? Leighton is a big guy. He's a big dude. He really looks apart, and you can only imagine how he's going to look in season 2 with a full year under his belt under an NFL program. But for right now, let's see how he looks. All right, they've been playing him in all 3 positions in training camp. Where will they line him up at? We'll probably see him at some Mike linebacker, Sam linebacker, covering some tight ends, have him drop back, that sort of thing. So Leighton Vander Esch, one player I'm really interested in checking out. The other name here that's catching some momentum here and making a serious push for defensive back, Charvarius Ward. All right, this is a player that Foots was he was really hip to it, especially when he was out there at training camp. So I take a closer look at him as well, and I can see it. You know, this guy is a prototypical Chris Richard type of player, 6'1", 200 pounds. So definitely has the size, has the length, has the tenacity, the ability to play there at press and in your face, and he'll stay there in your hip pocket. So making a really good push to make a roster spot. I think you're looking at some of these other guys on the bottom here really fighting for the final spot, whether it's Charvarius Ward, Alumba, Duke Thomas, Marquez White. I think those guys they're going to have to really capitalize here in the preseason, and in a good way. You don't want to come out here and do mistakes or look sloppy or not be a gamer. Some guys look good in practice. Some guys look good in training camp, but when the lines come on, they crumble. We've seen that with players across the board, whether it was like Andy Jones a couple years ago, Mo Claiborne, was that type of player all the way, really good in training camp, but when the lights came on, just disappeared. So we gotta see when the lights come on. Lance Lenoir, I want to see how he does. Okay, we gotta see how he does, because he's one of those guys. I don't want him to be another Andy Jones where we're developing a guy and when the lights come on, he can't handle it. Hopefully Lance Lenoir can keep stacking these good plays and show up here in the preseason and do some things and lock up a roster spot, So Leighton Vander Esch, Lance Lenoir, Charvarius Ward, Of course, I want to see how Connor Williams does. Hopefully they'll give him some snaps there. I want to see how he handles the power. They have a pretty good defensive line there with the 49ers, so that'll be a good test for him. Jalen Smith, hopefully he'll get some snaps as well. Just really like how he has really come along. All right, so we'll take a look at him. And Michael Gallup, hopefully we get something out of him. That'll be another good one. He's one of these guys who's been making moves. Xavier Woods, will he play? So we'll see how he looks, if he's even going to play. Like I said, it's going to be a lot of the backups. Now, what I'm really looking forward to, are some of these outer rim guys. Talking about like your offensive lineman, like like Chaz Green. Is he going to look terrible? Your guard position, is Marcus Martin going to show up, or is he your proverbial camp body? He looks like he has been. Is he going to look like a disaster in the game? We'll see how he looks. I think you're going to start to see some separation on the guys that have already locked up the positions, guys that are pretty close to locking up positions, and then you're going to have that group of players that are really like, camp bodies. These guys are not going to make the cut. So it'll be a good mix of what we're going to see here. Looking forward to seeing how the running backs look. I almost said bro. Bo Scarborough. All right, so Bo, good things from him. It looks like he is right on the cusp of being that, I guess you could say that third running back if they're going to carry three. Zeke, Rod Smith, and Bo. Now, Darius Jackson, a lot of people liked him. He was a good signing when we got him back. But, you're just not seeing that same love from the fan base right now. It seems like, that kind of tapered off when he came back. And you're not really hearing a lot about him from camp as well. So, is he fully recovered from the knee? He's got an uphill battle. It looks like the Cowboys are going to be serious. If they're going to go with that lineup, if that's what makes the team, if it's Zeke, Rod, and Bo, defenses are going to have a lot to deal with, guys. I mean, we're going to literally just hammer and pound the crap out of people with that offensive line, with that physical run play. They're not going to have a chance to breathe. All right, you don't necessarily need a change-up back per se. It is good, but I think that's kind of why they have Tavon Austin. Supposedly the web back, but I see them using him more as an offensive weapon, not so much a gadget player like they did with Lucky Whitehead and Ryan Switzer. So where we're at right now, I don't see Tavon Austin counting as a running back like we kind of did earlier in the pre-training camp projections. So Tavon Austin, he's going to be a receiver. Let's see how he looks, all right? But those are my top players, guys. The quarterbacks are going to be fun to watch. Cooper Rush, is he going to continue to shine? I think he will. Mike White, I want to see him progress, to convince me, myself, and I think a lot of people, that we do need to carry three quarterbacks. He is a 5th-round draft pick. He does have some upside, but there may be some other positions where the Cowboys need to go a little bit deeper in. So I do want to see what Mike White can do. Can he make a run at being that number 3 quarterback? I think he will, but we got to see it, and I think we're going to get a good look at him in this game. Defensive tackles, Antoine Woods, the up-and-comer. All right, Jihad Ward, Antoine Woods. I want to see how that middle of the defense looks. All right, can we stay healthy there? Can we hold the point of attack? We can't get shredded there up the middle. If it doesn't look good there in the middle, the Cowboys are going to have to make a serious... they're going to have some discussions as far as possible defensive tackle moves. I did a video a month or two back, as far as possible draft options at defensive tackles. And really, I looked at defensive tackles that have youth. That's what the Cowboys want. And in the final year of their contract. That's where the Cowboys would make a trade. They would most likely make a trade for a player like that. Somebody with youth, last deal of the contract. Go back and check that video out if you missed it. But that's what I have right now for you guys. Those are the main guys I'm looking for in this upcoming game. Don't expect much from the starters at all, but we're gonna get a good look at this young secondary. We're gonna see the impact of Chris Richard, all right, and the whole offense versus defense, iron sharpening iron, like he said. Are we gonna see that chip? I want to see that chip on the shoulder of these defenders, all right, especially in the secondary. I think we're gonna see a different kind of play from these guys, hitting people, you know, shoring up the tackling, things that have kind of haunted this secondary, you know, in recent years. You know, some of the sloppy tackling, bad angles. It looked a lot better last year. We got the new crop of defenders. Add in Chris Richard, could make for a very good recipe for success. Let the doubters keep doubting. Main media talking about the defense, they're not sure. Talking about the wide receivers. Let it play out. We've seen what the Cowboys have been doing, the plan, what the Cowboys are doing, and I think we're going to be in good shape. But let's just come out of this game healthy. All right, that's the main thing. But that's all I have right now, guys. I don't want the video to go too long. Let me know who you're looking forward to in the game coming up against the San Francisco 49ers. It will be live on NFL Network and local TV. All right, but that's all I have now, guys. Continue to like, subscribe, hit that like button. Let's get those likes up here, and we'll see you for the next video. Thanks, guys.